Sup everyone, Brother Silk Streamer, and welcome back to another fully length video. So, it was just a normal day on Discord. It was like on the weekend on a Sunday, and I got a message from one of my friends saying that someone tried to debunk me. So I was like, let's try to debunk it as well because, and it was on the Powerpuff Girls, and I really don't like the Powerpuff Girls in terms of scaling, so yeah, I really thought it would be good to debunk them, so I said, sure, why not? And as always, many people in the comment section were saying W, so I had to prove them wrong. So, let's debunk him. Let's go.
Bro, I don't care what I'm saying. Omni-Man is shitting on the Powerpuff Girls that close.
The explanation will be nice, rather, as in why he does.
Dude, it doesn't matter if an infinite amount of the Powerpuff Girls attack Omni-Man. Omni-Man would still slam the shit out of all of them.
Again, the explanation would be rather nice about now.
Whoa, little bro, chill out. I know that you like these Powerpuff Girls because, they're your fucking childhood and you hate Homelander because he's a psycho, but I will get to my point. Just wait, be patient.
So, his feats for the Powerpuff Girls, best feats, were throwing shit into orbit, lifting a mountain, even though lifting is relevant to AP, and time traveling. Number one, the time travel feat is an outlier, and no one has proved to me if they did it a third time.
Okay, but if we don't hurry, we'll miss our flight to the Bahamas.
Sorry, Professor, but we can't leave Townsville, even for one weekend. Can you imagine what would happen if we weren't here to protect it?
So, what you're strawmanning is that just because they don't want to go outside of Townsville means that they don't want to go to the future as well.
They only shown me 2 times. They need to do it 3 times in order for it to be consistent. They need to do it multiple times for it to be consistent.
Oh, I hope so. Messing around in the past could have a major impact on our present reality. Yes, you'll have to be careful as well, girls, not to affect anybody or anything. That means no superhero stuff. I mean it. If anyone in the past saw you flying or using your superpowers, that could have consequences as drastic as anything Mojo might cause.
Aye, Professor. No superpowers. Huh? Girls? We're not done yet!
Huh? Girls? It was you! All this time it was you.
What do you mean, Professor?
Like I mentioned earlier, when I was younger, I was a terrible brat who had no interest in education, let alone science. But one day my life was saved by these 3 perfect little girls.
What's crazy is that you're not even showing that the present is being affected after they went back in time.
Because I'm already going to see some debunks for this, saying that they can't, time travel, why they need a machine to do it. They just needed that machine to go stop Mojo for, going back to the timeline when Professor Utonia and Miss King was a kid.
Alright, I understand what you're saying. It's just that, why do they need a time machine if they could just do them themselves? I'm confused on that part. If they have the speed to time travel, why do they need a time machine? What?
I do agree with him with Orbit part, so I'm going to skip this and go to the next one.
Everyone and their moms know that Omni-Man was able to lift a rock that was the size of Texas onto Earth. You can get it to the multi-continental ranges. That one feat alone slams the entire Powerpuff Girls clan, I swear.
Now let's see. We need a crime or a crisis of some sort. Aha! An asteroid shower hurtling towards Earth that will surely shatter our very planet. Yes, that should do nicely.
Gotta cut this just right.
You do understand that destruction capability doesn't equal AP, right? Buddy, if it has a chance to, shatter Earth. Buddy, you do know shattering the Earth isn't planetary, by the way, and it's not even a low ball, it's a high ball. Basically, how we're going to calculate shattering the Earth is basically getting the volume times 8 joules per cubic centimeter. Basically, that's like the fragmentation of rock. And if we're calculating this, we get a chance of multi-continental, which is not close to planetary at all. And the whole reason why it's able to, like, you know, shatter the Earth is because the mass and the velocity of the meteorite can do it, not the durability or, like, the material it's made of. You don't know anything about power scaling or the standards for it. Please learn them. Get a coach.
No, not everybody's gonna know what Omni-Man did. You have to show proof for that. If you're not gonna show proof, then we could dismiss this as Higgins racer fallacy.
And I could also dismiss yours with a half-truth and red herring fallacy. The reason is because for the red herring, you basically show irrelevant scenes for, like, the Powerpuff Girls, like them saving a kid, which doesn't really correlate to the entire, like, statement from the professor. And the half-truth fallacy is basically you not showing the entire context of the feat whatsoever. Like, her using her, like, ice breath in order to, like, weaken the amount of, like, force and the fire of the meteorite. Yes, that does downscale the feat.
Proof, then we could dismiss this as Higgins racer fallacy.
Higgins razors are not fallacies. Try again.
And multi-continent doesn't even get past Naruto, dude. Get real.
I really don't see how Naruto is relevant in this conversation, but good job for mentioning. Good job, like Hancock says. Good job.
I literally slammed everyone that opposed me on Homelander versus Powerpuff Girls. And I'll do it with this, I swear. In fact, I usually downplay him. Like, I usually don't like him.
He was probably debating fathers that didn't know shit about the Powerpuff Girls, but yeah.
And you're kind of just like them, but just slightly better at debating.
Powerpuff Girls do not slam Omni-Man. The Powerpuff Girls don't get past large island level. They are a literal Deku victim. They are equal to Deku's AP. Literally.
All he said in his, trash video, I'm going to explain why they do get past island level. Or a large island level, whatever. I don't even think that's a tier, if I can remember correctly. But you remember when Professor said the world is a fourth dimensional world?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
I'm going to play the clip when he says this.
Yes, so do we find ourselves in a four-dimensional world, seemingly trapped by space and time, unless by moving in the fifth dimension, we can overcome these limitations and, in theory, travel through time.
Dimension in this context can just mean a different timeline. If you time travel, you're still logically bound by the same dimensionality. Like you're in college, you should know this. Now, I'm not saying that the world they're living in isn't four-dimensional. It's like self-evidently fourth-dimensional. But the fifth dimension, like, is objectively and logically not, like, correct. And it's not a spatial dimension at all.
Okay, cool. It also contains celestial bodies.
Parabolic gamma ray into the cosmos, causing disalignment between all celestial bodies. Then, of course, throwing the Earth out of orbit, sending it hurtling into the sun.
You're probably wondering, how does that scale to the burst Argurian? Well, a teensy little guy named Him has fiction of reality over there. Let's see. Oh, before we see, you're probably wondering, how does they scale to him? Well, they could beat him multiple times in the show. He'd stay unbeatable.
And in their day, these girls have even managed to humble him.
Blast the Powerpuff brats! They disgust me!
Alright, the funny thing is that we don't actually have any context of how they beat him. They could just use a normal weapon and all that. And we can't even use Oxum's Razor for this is because they're both simple conclusions. There's no other, like, there's not a one more complex version over the other. Like, that's literally the definition of Oxum's Razor if you actually know that. Not only is this a no-limits fallacy, but it's also a hyperbolic statement. It can just be in context for them being stronger than this guy.
You've even matched wits with the most vile, most evil, well, him.
The funny part is that he said wits and not, like, overall strength or power, implying that she's, like, relative to him in, like, IQ and shit. Alright, this video is getting a little bit too long, so I'm just going to say this before I end it. First of all, there's no actual proof that he's actually manipulating the four-dimensional world. Even if he was any, like, reality or fixture transcends this, he would only make himself four-dimensional. Because just because you exist in a five-dimensional verse doesn't mean you scale to it, obviously. And before you want an explanation, I'm believing in the negative of something. You would need to prove it since, like, what I'm saying is a negative claim. That shouldn't let them burn the proof. And for the whole time travel feat, here's a feat of Bubbles not even being faster than the speed of light.
Ready? Now then, it takes email precisely 7 seconds to circle the globe, so he should be here in 5, 4, 3...
Yeah, no. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no.
In conclusion, the debunk was horrible. Try better. I hope you enjoyed this video. By the way, if I see any long comments, I'm deleting them as soon as I see them. Like, don't even try. Anyway, please like and subscribe with post notification bells. I'll see you in the next video. Bo6 out.